Yeah. Hello, everybody. This is the the Xolos Ramírez show. And we have as a guest today, Juan Aragon. Okay. Juan Aragon is the human companion of Witsi. Witsi is a Xoloitzcuintle, which came from our Xoloitzcuintle kennel, Xolos Ramírez. And Witsi has been with Juan, I think like 1 year ago. He came for him, I think, more or less. It's like 1 year from then to today, right? Okay.
Like
And
28, so yeah.
okay, perfect, Juan. And can you tell us a little bit how both of you have been doing since then? Like, how is your relationship, guys? I cannot hear you. No.
All right, let me take this.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, perfect.
Oh, can you? Okay, sweet.
Yes.
I don't do Zoom much, so, but we've been, yeah. He's been great. He's growing. He's learning. I learn something new from him every day. So yeah, he's a little tired right now. I've been like running around. He very energetic.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But it's good for me to keep me,
yes,
exercise and stuff like that. So
you make exercise with him?
yeah, oh yeah. Running.
Okay, do you run? Okay.
I take him we have a lake pretty close to the house and a nice park. We either running or taking a little trail running, we do a little bit of everything. So
okay, yeah, because the background here is that Juan Aragon was a military from the army, right? You were in the army, in the U.S. Army?
no, Navy.
In the U.S. Navy. Okay, so you were a Marine and you went to war, and then you come to your home, right? And the first thing that you thought at that time was to own a Xoloitzcuintle because a friend of yours recommend you to own a cholo, right? I think that he was a Mexican or something, maybe, I don't know. But what is the background there?
So one of my hobbies is traveling around and getting tattooed. So when I was in the Navy, stationed in California, a guy that tattooed me, he's from Mexico originally. He had 2 standards with the mohawk and really beautiful dogs, rules. So, I mean, that was 2011, but I was always deployed and I was never at home. So since 2011, pretty much, I'd said when I come back to the US, I'm going to get a Xolo. That was the first thing I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what the
I remember talking to you guys when I was in Qatar, ready to leave. So.
Okay. You were in Qatar in that time.
When I talked to you first and you showed me Witsi's picture, I was in Qatar. Yeah.
So Juan fly airplanes at some time in that war. So he's a pilot, I think. And this relationship that he has with your cholo, right, Juan? How has it been? Like, is Witsi very energetic, as you said, every time? Do you bring with you Witsi to some other places, like your work, maybe, or you don't have work at this time? You are retired, or what your current activity is with him?
Okay, so he's in a kennel for the first part of the day. I work full time. Okay. I work at Boeing, so I work. I test missiles up in St. Louis. So during the day, I can't take him. So he stays in the kennel. He's kennel trained, and I mean, he learned it within like 1 week. Training with him, he's just very smart.
Okay.
One morning, I was just gathering my coffee, my breakfast, and I just look over, and finally, he just walked into the kennel and laid there like he knew. It took like 5 days, and from that day on, he just knows if I'm going to be home, or if he knows that he's like, okay, I'll see you like later.
Because when he was here in Xolos Ramírez, we talked to him in Spanish. When you brought Witsi with you, you start talking to him in English, I think, right? How many
English
days
and Spanish,
does he
just to
start like learning or understanding what you were saying? Like it was really fast as well.
yes. He
Okay.
picked up stuff, let's go pee,
Mhm.
no, down.
Okay.
But I did take him to like puppy training because I never had a dog. It's my first dog.
Okay.
But we went through the puppy 1, puppy 2, adult 2, like maybe 8 months of training, and he is so good now. Like from where he started to where he just very quick learner. So
How is he as a companion? Like, do you think a Xoloitzcuintle can replace a human in a daily relationship, very close relationship, like almost everyone has here in our experience? What is your experience?
I didn't really know what to expect with him, but right away I know that he felt at home. And once he felt at home, then he just gave so much more love to me. And that just keeps building to this day. He'll show something in kind of like his way of saying thank you.
Okay.
He does something different. He'll bring me a toy, or he'll like put his paw on you. He gets on my shoulders a lot, and he loves to go for drives. So he knows, like, it's almost like a reward for him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
but so it's been good. It's hard when I travel I travel, I have to leave him with my girlfriend. It's very hard because he's very, wherever I go, he goes.
Okay, so he's very close to you.
Very close.
Okay.
He's very codependent, and he loves like the skin to skin touch. But I love that. I don't have any problem with that.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, who's this?
This is the quiz. He will be with us
How
on
old?
our interview. He is already a father, so he has more than 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can. You want me to try and get Wheatsy?
Witsy, yeah. Witsy is a miniature Xoloitzcuintle.
Hey, he was kind of sleeping, but hey, what's that?
There is Witsy. Hello, Witsy. How are you? ¿Cómo está, don Witsy?
So July 28th, he was 1 year old. So he just had a birthday.
Yes.
Last month. So look at
recently has his birthday. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
He is. He's gotten so big.
Yes. And
look how big he is. Oh my god.
Well.
Yes. Yeah, he's beautiful. So
no, está enorme, está enorme.
Anywhere I go, people are like, they've never seen a dog like this. So he's very he gets a lot of attention. Wherever I take him, he's.
Yes, that was a thing that I was talking in past interviews with people that has Xolos Ramírez, right? Berenice, that was the last interview with her. She said the same, right? That they are very they are like stars, right? Like like if you were seeing something very, very rare in the street, when they are in the street, they gain this attention from people. And they always ask for photos, for example, photos, or to touch them because they want to feel how the skin feels, right?
Yes.
Like it's something very common.
That's a big thing.
Yes. And also she said that in Puerto Rico there is no cholos. There are only 4 cholos in the island.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. But where do you live? Where is the place?
I'm in St. Louis, Missouri.
San Luis, Missouri. In San Luis, Missouri, are there cholos or which is the only one?
I have not seen any at all.
No? Anyone? You are the only one there.
Yeah, a lot of people say that's a dog from Instagram.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well,
Starbucks.
she is Venecia. She's a red Xoloitzcuintle, a female red Xoloitzcuintle. Yeah. Yeah, so you're the only one with Xoloitzcuintles there in San Luis, Missouri.
As far as I know there's a lot of communities online, but
Okay.
here in Missouri, no. But I will say the weather has probably been the worst thing for him, because when I got him, it was winter, so I had to put a lot of clothes on him.
So it's pretty cold over there.
Right now it's hot, but
Okay.
the winter's really, really cold, and the summer is super hot. So he's having a hard time to.
Yes, yes.
There's no
Like
regular seasons, so.
when
But
it is very cold because there is no sun and all these things, maybe they are like more comfortable if they have these clothes, as you say, or some bed sheets. We put some bed sheets here in Xolo Ramirez when it is pretty cold, and this relax them. Like it is a kind of gift that they see when you give them these bed sheets, and they are like a pretty like happy with these
is it
things,
just the
right?
feeling of it, on their
Maybe,
skin, maybe, yeah.
and maybe they remember when they were very young or
Oh,
babies,
maybe.
because when they are babies, we always put these bed sheets for them to sleep
Okay.
well or to be comfortable and all this. So these kind of things, maybe Witsi will appreciate it, right? Maybe
Okay,
if
yeah,
it is pretty
I'll try
cold,
it.
yeah,
That's a good idea.
because they are always seeking the sun here, and if they don't have sun, like they want that thing. Also, it's like
Oh
the
yeah.
kind of negotiation that they did when they were
Late,
young. Yeah.
lately, I'll take him outside and it's hot, and he tells me
Yes.
when he's done. He
Okay.
lays down.
He lays down.
He's like, "No, I'm done."
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So he'll tell
Uh,
you what he's thinking. He's not, he's not. No, I'm hungry. No, I'm saying he's
okay.
very,
Yeah. There is
which
a
is good.
game. Yeah, I think that there is a game that you can maybe buy in Amazon, that it's like a kind of robot that dogs can push buttons and they can speak or something like that, pushing buttons. And this is something that a guy from Los Angeles uh, like bought for Ezequiel, that is a Xoloitzcuintle as well, right? And this is
Hmm.
Ezequiel like start learning to push these buttons and to speak
Oh,
to this guy that is Gerardo, right? And it looks pretty interesting, like how they learn to communicate doing these kind of exercises, right? Because maybe they
yes,
don't understand what they are doing, but when they push this button, they receive food, or when they put this button, they go outside and take a
yes.
pee, right? So maybe it's kind of that, uh, but it's a kind of learning to communicate. Maybe not directly, but with these like incentives, right?
Well, I just want to say, like, I don't try to be too strict with him. I like him to be his own personality, his dog. I don't want him to run away, but I'm not like sit, shake, turn around. I let him kind of figure things out on his own, and he's really, he doesn't give up on things. If something like a ball gets stuck, he figures out how to. I don't get it from, I go get it, and he figures it out. I mean, every day, like I said, he's just continuing to get like smarter and smarter, and just, yeah, he's really good. So some days, you know,
Have you presented Witsi to your parents maybe, or to
oh
your
yeah,
girlfriend?
yes.
Yeah. And how did he did
She's
with your family? Like, did he accept your family uh, at the time that he met them, or does he have a hard time maybe when he
well,
first met other people?
okay. So the one thing I noticed with Cholos, especially with Weezy, um, he doesn't go with anybody. He's like, if he meets somebody, he's like, "Who are you?" He makes you work for the affection, and then when he's okay with you, then he's in. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like he um he just won't
Okay.
go with anybody. And I like that. Like you have to earn his friendship before he's fine with you. So that's the biggest thing I've noticed with Weedsy. And so my girlfriend and my parents, a lot of barking at first, but he's just protecting me. And then, you know, a day later, I mean, they're sleeping together, and I got my mom coming. I miss Weedsy. I miss him. Let me see him on FaceTime. My
Okay.
girlfriend, when I go out
Yes.
of town, she watches Weedsy, and she every day, can you bring Weedsy? Can you bring Weedsy?
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay. So your girlfriend helps you with Witsy, and he has
yes.
already accepted her and become a member of your family as well, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we
And
had some love stories with Cholos. For example, one guy that he break up with his girlfriend, and the only thing that kept them together it was this female cholo. What was the name? Amate.
Tomate,
Amate
okay.
was this Xoloitzcuintle, female cholo, and she kept them together. Like they broke up, and later, like I don't know, half a year later, they came back together
Oh wow.
for Amate because they were like kind of negotiating who was going to kept her and all this. And
Oh, okay.
after this guy came back from Mexico because he was a Mexican and she was like Italian from California, and they are back together. And
Oh,
and
so
I think that they see Amate as maybe their daughter or something like that because it was
well,
as very strong that bond that they had together.
that's pretty interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
he knows when you're upset, and he knows if he hurt you. He's like, oh, he's very, yeah, he's very aware of what's going on.
Yeah,
So
this is something very, very important, like these bonds
I,
that they are creating. And I am happy for you, right? That you have your family like known Witchy and he has accepted and all this, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
and
so
I
so
actually, I
yeah,
mean, I'm hoping next year maybe to get another companion.
okay, that would be
Yeah,
great. Yeah, like a
next
female
year.
companion.
Yeah, I'll come down, and hopefully
Okay,
we can find a good companion for him. But I definitely want another one.
okay. Yeah, that would be
Once,
great.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
let's do
I'm
it.
completely happy, and you
Yes,
know, yeah, it's one of the best things I've done in a long time. So
that's great to hear.
yeah,
Yes, yeah,
I
and
was
Juan,
crazy.
uh,
The travel when I
okay,
picked him up,
yes.
it's a very stressful day, but it was completely
Okay.
worth it.
Yeah, I have traveled with cholos as well, right? They can like resist without moving or without telling or barking or whatever, like 2 hours. But if there is more than 2 hours, like they start like getting this kind of I want to get out or something, right? That's why we go with them. Like we deliver personally if we go to other places, right? Because
Oh, okay.
when you like send cholos alone in kennels and all this, it is very stressful for them.
I bet.
And yeah,
I
I
don't know if I
think
could do that.
people,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it is not very recommended because it is super stressful for them. Like you have always to be with them and like hugging them or talking to them or feeding them or whatever, right? Yeah, because of this reason, because traveling is like pretty stressful for them.
Very, yeah. And
Yeah,
he's, the lightning, thunder, he's like
yeah,
very jumpy. So I could imagine him under the plane, he would be freaking out. And
yes,
he's
no, of
tiny.
course, yes.
He was he was already enough freaked out with me on the plane. So he was in my lap, and he basically put his head on my shoulder.
Mhm.
But he didn't want to eat or drink, but it just because he didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
But it was just the travel itself was rough. But when I got home, totally worth it. Yeah.
okay. So what
Yeah.
do you give Witsi to eat, for example? Like what do you feed him? Because it
So
is like a pretty common question.
Yeah, I try to give him, usually when I come home from work, I cook him like ground turkey and I mix up like some mixed vegetables and I cook it in with the meat. So real lean meat. And then he eats dog food the rest of the evening, and then just a lot of water and just treats in between. But I make sure that I'm taking him out every 30 minutes because he likes to just run around. And so, but every now and then I might cook him a couple eggs for breakfast on the weekend. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I keep it. I try to change it up. I've tried different things. This is the one because this is the best way to him have vegetables. Because before he used to pick the veggies out of the meat. He was smart. He's like, I don't like this. So I
Okay,
blender, I
he's
mix it with
picky,
the
like
meat, and I cook
he
it, and
picks
he
what.
loves it. So
Yeah, because we.
I know you guys do the raw food, and I didn't know much.
Yeah.
I didn't know enough
Yeah.
to start it. So I was like, I'm just gonna stick to.
Yes, we have done
In
the
the
raw food.
U.S., we're a little more like it's
Yes.
weird over here.
Yes, this raw food, I think that in Canada, for example, we have some people in Canada, they pretty much love the raw thing. Like, I think that they themselves eat raw food as well.
Wow. Oh, damn.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But here in Mexico, we don't have that practice. Like, we always cook the food. It is not very well seen to eat raw, as well as for dogs. They think that if dogs eat raw, maybe they will become savages or something like that. That's it,
Yeah.
like the common belief here in Mexico. Like, why would you feed raw food? Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we have done that, but we discovered that the liver, for example, he has a lot of vitamins, minerals,
Mm.
and also protein, right? But they start like being a very like yellowish, like it was pretty like a lot of vitamins. Maybe it was oversaturated for them, because when you start
Yeah.
like being that way, is because you have
Like
like
really
a
bright
lot of
yellow. Yeah.
waste, from your body to release. That's why you are being that color.
Mm.
So the Xoloitzcuintles, maybe they need this kind of food once a month or something like that, but it is not recommended because of what we see, right? To give them liver every day. They also like start seeing this as a treat instead of seeing it as food. Like they start like overjoying,
Oh, yeah.
like they start
Yeah.
putting
A
this so
gift,
much
really.
energy, and they can fight. If you don't put a dog in a calm state, they can fight, right? That's why you have to like train them to be calm before they eat and all these things. When there are a lot of dogs, for them to be like in an order way to eat, in an order manner. So we prefer right now to give them kibble, and we think that they have better nutrition with kibble, because raw food and all this kind of stuff, they don't give them this kind of muscleness and fatness that they need, that they really need. You have to be very, very like a insightful of what you are giving them, is if it is not kibble, because all the nutrition can be left behind. That's what we discovered. Like it is
Huh. Okay.
more safe to give them kibble in our case than give them this raw food that a lot of people maybe they recommend, but they don't have this kind of activity. Maybe they
Yeah.
give
It's
them all the food that they eat as well and all this, and they become fat, because we have seen also that. Yeah.
yeah. I want to definitely keep away from that, but I mean,
Mhm.
it's all about portion control too. And I mean, if I just keep feeling that thing, he'll eat. He'll just eat all day. But you can just know you're done. And he's pretty good where I let him eat a little later at night, but then he doesn't eat till like 3 p.m. the next day. And he's kind of accustomed to that. He's used to that. So when I come home, I'm really healthy, like a lunch, and then depending on what we do, if we stay busy, he's
Yeah.
running a lot, then I might feed him a couple
Okay,
more
so
times.
so
But
he runs a lot, you say, like he has some activity, you have said, and this kind of
frisbee
activity, like you play with him, right? Okay, frisbee,
every day.
running, all these kind of things. Okay,
We're either at least walking around my neighborhood, or we go to the park, and then there's a lake. It's
okay,
like 3.5 kilometers, 4 kilometers,
okay, that's pretty good.
and then there's a lake, and then he likes, because there's a bunch of dogs, and that's one other thing is he loves other dogs more than he likes
Okay.
people. Yeah,
Really? Okay,
dogs.
okay.
He doesn't care if it's a pit bull or a little chihuahua. He's not afraid. He goes right up to him.
Yes, okay.
He's
Okay,
very, very lovable.
that's good, right?
Yeah.
Because why would you want him to like other people in first place, right? And
Oh, I
why
love
would
it. I
you
love
not
it. Yeah.
want to be related with other dogs? Like that's pretty great. Even for you to like talk to other people, you can start a conversation or wherever about dogs,
Oh yeah.
right?
Especially him,
To
because
make friends.
he's very unique.
Okay.
I mean, the first thing they say, he don't have any hair.
Uh, yes.
But then they really get to look at him, and I let him feel the skin, and I show them little features and their history, and they're just like, wow, I've never seen anything like that. I mean,
Mhm.
so I'm pretty sure there's some in Missouri, but I've
Yes.
taken them all over
Yes.
town. Orange.
Maybe you are unique there. Like it is pretty possible, I think.
A lot of the
Yeah, Missouri, where is the
Mexicanos,
Missouri?
a lot of Mexicanos over here, they know
Okay.
Xolo.
Yes.
There's a girl at the Starbucks. She's known Weedsy since he was a little baby, and she's like,
Okay.
"Oh, he's growing up really good." I got to
Yes.
take a picture for my mom. Her mom's from Mexico, so I mean, like, the the
Okay.
Mexicanos, they know.
Mexicanos. He knows that some
They
Mexicanos.
know. They're like, that's Xolo. Yeah,
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
which is good,
Yes, of course.
So
So,
yeah.
Juan, what are your thoughts about the final thoughts about your experience? Like, what you can resume or make a summary of your experience from 1.5 years or something like that to today? Like, what is the definition of a cholo for you? In simple
Overall, I
words.
think, yeah, I probably, like I said, the best thing I've done that's the best thing I've done in a while, is just to have a Xolo. And I've raised a kid. My kid's like 18 and moved out, but he's very much like a kid, but at the same time, it's a different feel. And yeah, like I said, I next year, hopefully I can get him a companion, because I feel like sometimes I just can't keep up with him, but he just keeps me going, which I think is probably the best part. Is when I don't want to do something, he's like, "Come on, let's go." Or maybe if he's lazy, I'm like, "Well, get your ass up, let's go." And we help each other.
Okay, very nice. Yeah,
So
thank you very much, Juan.
yeah,
Thank you
that's it. I mean, I'm
for
just
having this
happy.
call
Like,
with us.
yeah,
Yeah, and
and
we are very
he's
glad
yeah.
that you had this experience, like a very positive experience
Yes,
with
thank you.
Witsy. And we say hello to Witsy and goodbye as well, right? We love all the cholos
He's off playing right now. So.
that have been born here, right? We love them all. They are all our family as well. So thank you very much, Juan, for joining.
Yeah, thank you.
And we will upload this interview to Xolos Ramírez YouTube channel and our podcast in an audio form as well, in our website and all this, for people to know about you, right? And thank you very much. That will be all.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Bye, Juan.
All right. See you.